Hello everybody, my name is Edson and welcome back to a brand new episode on the TimeShot SMP. Holy guacamole, it's been crazy on here recently. We've been streaming, it's been awesome, we've been attacked, we've been murdered, we've been building, it's been great. Oh my. So let's jump down in and show you what we've been doing. So the mindless mine is nearly done. My mindless mine, should I say. I'm calling it a mindless mine now because it's essentially what the mindless mine is, but like a weird version of it. So the only thing that we need to do now, we've got the north, east, south and west. We've only done the west one. It goes out 100 blocks and then has like strip mines on them. And how we're going to sort of show that they're done once we've like gone through one of the strip mines is this one. We only went like 20 blocks or something, but when it was done, when we'd been like a few hundred or 1,000 blocks, something, I don't know, we're going to just put bars up like that so people know that like someone's already been down that. So yeah, and this will be a new place. Hopefully we can do some mindless mining maybe in the future. I need to finish placing the rest of the chests and stuff. In the live stream, we pretty much figured out like a staircase that sort of goes down. It's still not 100% looking how I want it to, but it's getting there. And the only thing else that we need to do after this is clear the 3 mines and then do that pattern that's up there all the way around, which will take a while. But we're growing the trees now and we're going to start harvesting the wood and everything. But today, what I want to talk about is Patreon. Now, this is a service that I set up a long time ago. And I then took it down like a month later because there was some issues with European people using Patreon for a creator standpoint. That is, there was some issues with like the tax, and you'd have to have like information of like all of the people that donated. You'd have to have like contact information for every single person that donated for when it came to like your tax return at the end of the year. But they've fixed that now, and they've got rid of that like weird. All they had to do was like class themselves as a certain company, and then they don't have to. So it's just something on Patreon's part, and then they finally did that because obviously there was quite a lot of sort of big European YouTubers using Patreon, and they fixed it, and it's all good and dandy now. So now we can actually relaunch it, and today I'm happy to announce it has been relaunched. The sort of rewards have slightly changed. The sort of goals have slightly changed. Why is stuff suddenly spawning everywhere? No, I don't have knockback, do I? Actually, that didn't get rid of that much, did it? Only got rid of a bit. That 2 and 2. Damn it. So let's go and get the stuff to get rid of them. Oh, I really need knockback on the sword. I feel like that's better than sharpness even. Anyway, so the goals have slightly changed. The rewards have slightly changed. And there'll be a link in the description along with the normal donation link. So if anyone, because I know some people have redone their Patreon style donations, so there's a few people that do monthly donations, and you can set it up as recurring on PayPal, because we switched back over to PayPal when this whole thing happened with Patreon, and some people have, like the majority of people that are on Patreon have all switched back over and did their donation the same sort of way that they were, so they made it a recurring donation on PayPal after we closed down the Patreon page. And I thank them so much for it because they actually like resubmitted the donation and redid it there. And if any of them prefer the Patreon way of doing it, then by all means they can go back. If they don't want to, they can stick with PayPal. It's completely up to you guys. But now there are the 2 options there. I would say if you're specifically wanting the rewards, because one of them's like access to a private Minecraft server and stuff like that, I would say do it via the Patreon, just so like I can easily see who is and who isn't. But if you're just doing like a one-off donation or something, then by all means you can do it via PayPal or the Twitch alerts thing that we use for when we're streaming. It's completely up to you guys. So yeah, that is essentially, I think, everything that I need to say sort of regarding it. All of the donation blocks I think are going to stay the same. But what I'm going to do is, because I've got a note of everyone's donations before, I've got a note of all of the sort of rewards of what they have and everything, because they're in here. So these are all going to change, but the prices per sort of block, because obviously if you donate $1, you get your name in as a coal block. So, and then obviously so how this will work is in Patreon, if you are Patreon for 2 months and you have a $3 subscription, the first month you would get the money came through, you would get the lapis block. The next month it would be a total of $6. So it will add up and you'll be upgraded to a redstone block, and so on and so forth. So don't worry what I'm about to do, people. We have everyone's donations noted down. We know what everyone has, and we're going to be destroying everyone's donations and re-putting them down, because this place I feel like we possibly need to make bigger. So we're going to chop all the trees down, we're going to get rid of all the grass again, and we're going to, in a live stream soon, we're going to extend the wall. I'll show you which way I think I'm going to do it in a sec. So yeah, that whole Patreon thing is there if anyone, like, it's not, you don't have to donate. It's not something that is ever going to be required to watch my content, whether it be YouTube or Twitch, but it's there for anyone that has extra income that they like to either donate to YouTubers or stuff like that. And if anyone would like to do that, then it's there for them if they so choose. Like I say, it's never going to be a required thing for any of my content, but it's always just going to be there in case anyone wants to, because at the end of the day, the more sort of extra income I get, the better I can create content, whether it be, now I know probably some of you have already gone and checked out the page by now, and you might have seen 2 of the goals. Yes, they are new channels, and I know some people will be thinking, well, why would you need that much money to start a new channel? And I honestly can't say. There's a very valid reason though, and you will see when the 2 channels are 2 and 2 together. That's why the goals are so sort of close. But like, once I started one of the channels, the other channel would be very simple to start up. You just need a little extra income to possibly subsidize for a couple of things. But yeah, there's some pretty interesting goals on there, and like I say, it's something that you never know. Like, I think eventually, even if we don't get to the I'm not sort of holding off this content, these new channels, until we get to those Patreon things, because I am sort of slowly working towards setting those channels up in the near future. Once I've got my new computer set up, the next thing I'd be saving up is the equipment I would need to launch those channels. So in the near future, hopefully those channels launch either way, even if we didn't get to the required donation amounts that I would need to fund the new channels. So in the near future, I will hopefully be able to launch them either way. So don't feel like I'm holding these channels back from you because of the donations. It's just, if we got to those donations after the first month of donations, I could probably launch the first channel after we reach that point in donations. So yeah, I think people will understand why, when the channel eventually launches, why I had to sort of hold off, and why I had to sort of get some money set aside for it. But once the channel was launched and everything, it would just be like regular YouTube content. It's very easy to keep up. The 2 channels I honestly believe you guys would really like. One of them is gaming related, one of them is not, and I feel like I could do them justice, these 2 ideas. And yeah, so they're there. There's other less overall sort of money needed for other things, so like a website. I need to have the money set aside, so once I think it's something like $100 or something, I will be able to buy my own domain name, the hosting for a website, get one professionally made, and then there's, I think the next donation after that is like a store, so we could have like our own shop with our own merch on it and stuff like that. And there's just all these awesome goals, and then there's also all these, hopefully what you guys like as rewards. And I am open for suggestions. If any of you guys have got any ideas for actual goals or rewards, whether it be something small, something big, I'm open for ideas, because I don't feel like I've got enough rewards on there as I would like, but I don't really know what else to put. So I would sort of want you guys to let me know what I should or shouldn't add, should I say. So feel free to tell me what you would like to see on the rewards or goals, what you think is what you think would be good, and yeah, just let me know. Like I say, I'm open for any sort of suggestions on that sort of front. And if you have already donated and a new sort of reward gets added and you are entitled to that reward, you will get that reward anyway. So don't feel like donating now is you're going to be worse off in the future if more rewards get added. You will, they all sort of, if you've donated, you will have that reward, like that reward tier forever sort of thing. So yeah, that is Patreon. Now, I didn't actually realise how many gosh darn trees we actually planted. It's so much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sort of pillar up and show you guys where I believe this should possibly head out to, because I never actually thought this was actually going to be, because there's a lot of people that have donated that are not in here yet. There's probably like another 5 or 6 that I need to add, and they're like 9 blocks. They're 3 by 3, so it's a 9 block space. We're going to slowly start running out. There's quite a lot of hill space on there, so you can't actually put anything on there. There's not that much flat, so I want to expand it out to here, and I'll show you guys where I'm thinking. Could we go up there? Do we have any ender pearls in the chest? We'll just pillar up. So I can show you guys where I'm thinking of moving it, and you'll see soon enough. Right, so at the minute we have, oh, it's quite difficult to see, but it sort of goes around there, goes along the shoreline to the fence, and then it comes back round and then ends up here. So what I'm thinking of doing is having it, when it gets to this point here, it follows this round, so it follows this round there, sticks to the bottom, and then at this point, that's when it goes round there and hugs this tree line. So it hugs that tree line, and then it carries on going round, carries on going round, carries on going round. Doesn't go up that hill there that you guys can see there. It sort of like hugs that hill, and then sort of clips this sand thing, whether we get rid of that or not, and then comes back round and stays on top of this little hill that is next to the wall. So it won't go down to wall level, it'll like stay up here, it'll clip this water just on the other side, and then it'll slowly come back round, and then at this point it will probably go like across here and then back to here. So it's a lot bigger than what it was before, but I feel like that then is enough space for all sort of Patreon names, donation names, or anything like that. So yeah, that is a thing. And like I say, if anyone donates on, I feel like the rewards would be a lot easier to. The only thing really that I think, if anyone donates via the Twitch alerts or the PayPal page, they'll get they'll obviously get the Minecraft server access when we eventually get to the goal reward of like reaching that stage sort of thing, but they'll also obviously have the name in the field of donation, Patreon things, whatever we're going to call it. I'm not sure what we're going to call it. So they'll get the reward and everything, but most of the things in that Patreon, like the Patreon only email, the stuff like that, they'll be sort of kept just for the Patreon pledges, because they're a lot easier to give people rewards via the Patreon page anyway. So yeah, that is that. I feel like I'm hoping that I've explained it good enough as to why sort of we originally closed it down. I know a few people were asking, why did you close it down? And a lot of people didn't realise that I'd closed it down, and we closed it down many months ago. But yeah, it's back up, and now it's back up to stay. So if anyone does feel like they would like to pledge via Patreon, then you can do. The link will be in video descriptions and at the bottom of my Twitch page from now on, and it's there if anyone wants to have their name in TimeShot. We've now got a new project to work on before we move on to the wall, which I keep pulling off in our live streams, and that'll be getting this sort of new field done. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed this episode. I know it was a little bit shorter, it's not really gone 20 minutes, but I feel like that's everything I need to talk about today. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed this. If you did, please leave a like, please leave a comment, subscribe if you're new, make sure you go and check out the new Patreon page, and as always, I'll speak to you. Wait, I said subscribe if you're new. Yeah, I did. And as always, I'll speak to you soon. Take care.